Welcome students. This is the third part of our topic, the spider and the bee. So far we have read that in St. James Library, a battle was going on between the armies of ancient and modern writers, and then a major incident happens at the highest corner of the large window of the library. A bee comes through a broken glass of the window and sits at the wall of the cobweb. Then starts an argument between the spider and the bee. The spider says to the bee that you are a plunderer and you only possess a pair of wings and a drone pipe. Now let us continue our essay. I am glad, answered the bee, to hear you grant at least that I am come honestly by my wings and my voice. So now bee replies to the spider that I am happy. I am happy to hear that you at least you accept that I come honestly by my wings and my voice. For then it seems I am obliged to heaven alone for my flights and my music. Heaven means God. Because in that condition I am grateful to God only for my wings and my voice. So he is saying that I am obliged to God alone for my flights. For my flights means wings and my music. Music means voice. Providence would never have bestowed on me two such gifts without designing them for the noblest ends. And I believe, the bee is saying that I believe that God would have never given me two such gifts without planning them for a good reason. That is, God have given me these two gifts for some noble purpose. Noble and means some noble purpose. I visit indeed all the flowers and blossoms of the field and the garden. He is saying that it is true that I visit all the flowers of the fields and garden. But whatever I collect from thence enriches myself without the least injury to their beauty, their smell, and their taste. So he's saying that it is true that I visit all the flowers of the field and the garden, but whatever I collect from them makes me better without causing any harm to their beauty, their smell, or their taste. Now for you and your skill in architecture and other mathematics, I have little to say. Now, if we talk about your skills in architecture and mathematics, I have a little to say. In that building of yours, there might, for aught I know, have been labor and method enough. I know that, so the bee is saying that I know that you have used enough labor and method while building your cobweb. Building your cobweb. But by woeful experience for us both, it is too plain. But I think it is too plain. The design of your cobweb is so simple and so ordinary. There is nothing remarkable about the design of your cobweb. The materials are not, and the material used for this is not. Not means nothing. So the materials of which your house have been made are worthless, nothing worthless. And I hope you will henceforth take warning and consider duration and matter as well as method and art. And I hope from henceforth means from now on, I hope you will henceforth take warning. I hope that from now on you will take warning and consider duration and matter as well as method and art. And I hope from now on you will take warning and consider duration. Duration means a time for which your house will last. Okay. And matter is material of which your house is made. And be saying that I think you should also consider your skills and art while making your cobweb. Now we should interpret all these lines in reference to the writings of the moderns, because the spider represents moderns. We know that here B is the symbol of ancient and the spider is the symbol of moderns. So here all these things like duration, matter, art and skill, all these things are about modern writings. And the bee is giving advice to the spider to improve all these things. You boast indeed of being obliged to no other creature but of drawing and spinning out all from yourself. Further, the bee says that you beast, that you are not obliged to any other creature for your material. You say that you say that for drawing and spinning out means कातना जिसे कहते हैं, बिकॉज जब स्पाइडर जब वेब बनाता है वो एक थ्रेड के रूप में मटेरियल निकालता है. सो बट of drawing and spinning out all from yourself. You say that for drawing and spinning out, you are not obliged to anyone. That is to say, if we may judge of the liquor in the vessel by what issues out, you possess a good plentiful store of dirt and poison is in your breast. So now we talk about the liquor. Liquor here is used for material that you use. You possess a good amount of dirt and poison in your heart, and this is the material you use for the construction of your cobweb. And thou I would by no means lessen or disparage your genuine stock of either, yet I doubt you are somewhat obliged for an increase of both. So here he is saying, although I don't want to disparage your stock of dirt and poison, but I believe that to some extent you are obliged to a little outside help for an increase in them, increase in dirt and poison. For an increase in both, to a little foreign assistance. Your inherent portion of dirt does not fail of acquisitions. Acquisitions means arjan karna by sweeping exalted from below. So he is saying that although you have some inherent portion of dirt in you, but when someone sweeps the floor, sweeping means jhadu lagana, that when someone sweeps the floor, then there are dirt particles everywhere in the air, and all these dirt particles you inhale, and that way you purchase that portion of dirt from below. And one insect furnishes you with the share of poison to destroy another, and when you eat one insect, it provides you some portion of poison to destroy another insect, because insect himself possesses some amount of poison, and when you eat it, you increase your portion of the poison. That way you are also dependent for your material on some outside sources. So that is that in short the question comes all to this, whether is the nobler being of the two. The question is which one is the nobler things of the two, like which one is better, spider or bee. By a lazy contemplation of 4 inches round, by an overweening pride, which feeding and engendering on itself turns all into venom, producing nothing at all but flyban and a cobweb. So on the one hand there is a lazy spider, okay, a lazy contemplation of 4 inches. So on the one hand there is a lazy spider who is doing contemplation in his 4 inches cobweb, and who have excessive arrogance, okay. Overweening pride means excessive arrogance for producing, arrogance about feeding and producing by itself. Feeding and engendering on itself turns all into venom and producing nothing at all. So on the one hand there is a lazy spider who is doing contemplation in his own 4 inches cobweb, and who have excessive pride about feeding and producing by itself, and who turns all the material into waste and poison, who only produces flyban and cobweb. Flyban, here the word venom, flyban means poison which kills flies, and cobweb. So on the one hand there is spider who only produces flyban and cobweb, or that by a universal range with long search, much study, true judgment and distinction of things brings home honey and wax. And on the other hand there is bee who wanders by universal range, who wanders everywhere for search and study, with long search, much study, for search and study, who wanders everywhere and makes judgment and distinction of things, and finally brings home honey and wax. So, on the one hand, there is a lazy spider who only produces poison and makes cobweb, and on the other hand, there is bee who wanders everywhere and brings home honey and wax. This dispute was managed with such eagerness, clamor, and warmth that the two parties of books in arms below stood silent a while, waiting in suspense what would be the issue. So, although the war was going on in the library between the two armies of modern and ancient writers, but they were so eager about the dispute of spider and the bee that these armed forces stood silent for a while, waiting for the result of the issue between the spider and the bee, which was not long undetermined, for the bee, grown impatient at so much loss of time, fled straight away to a bed of roses without looking for a reply, and left the spider like an orator collected in himself and just prepared to burst out. Now bee got impatient. Impatient means बेचैन होना at so much loss of time. So now bee got impatient at so much loss of time and fled away to a bed of roses without waiting for a reply from the spider, and he left the spider like an orator who is contemplating and ready to burst out, who is ready to speak. So that is all for today's lecture. Thank you so much for watching.